I've got this philodendron scandens here, which is a beautiful plant, but it's looking a little bit sad, a little bit small. And I'm impatient and I want my plants to grow as quickly as possible. So it's been like this for a good 2 or 3 months. So I want to make it bigger and I want to make it bigger instantly. So a little trick you can do is something that I've done to this plant here, and that is combine multiple plants into the same pot to make an instantly impressive display. So I've got loads of plants in here. Got Pothos Enjoy, Devil's Ivy, Neon Pothos, a Enjoy, I don't know whether I said that already, Philodendron Brazil. So I've got this Philodendron scandens, and I think these are both cuttings that I took from the mother plant, which lives over there. So I've got 2 here. And then I've also got the Philodendron Brazil, which I think is the same plant as these, but variegated with lime green variegation. So it's a dead simple process, and it's something I recommend doing, and I do it all the time. You can do it to all sorts of plants, Philodendron, Pothos, Tradescantias, all plants that are either in the same family or have kind of the same care requirements. Because you don't want to put a jade plant with, say, a Calafea, for example, because that is not a match made in heaven. So I'm just loosening some of this soil around the roots just to make the repot a little bit easier, just like so, just to expose the roots, and that way I can put them in the new pot dead easy. So that's that one there. So there's this one, again, a cutting that I took. I think there's 3 or 4 cuttings in each pot maybe. Which you can see, I think. So this one should come apart quite easily. So there's obviously a cutting that I took there and potted them all into the same pot. One join there. So that's going to be nice and easy to add to that. And then my Philodendron Brazil. Let's get this out. Nice healthy root system in here, so that's exactly what you want to see. Okay, I think that'll be good enough. So, I've now got a bigger pot. You don't need to worry about putting these plants in a bigger pot, worrying about, you know, like things like overwatering and root rot. Because there's so many plants going in this pot, once the roots start to grow, it will get quite busy in here, so it will benefit from having lots of soil anyway. So it's just a case now of just lining up the plants as best as you can. We don't want to necessarily bury the stems and the leaves. I'm going to put those there, and then I've got this batch here. Like so. I'll put that over there. Like that. Okay, now I did have a fresh box of soil here, but I thought while I was undoing these plants that I better just reuse what I've already got. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to backfill. So it can be a bit tricky to repot plants like this that have individual stems, individual plants. Because you don't want to get the soil into all the nooks and crannies as much as you can. And the best way to do that is just to tap the pot, and that'll settle it at the bottom. It should do anyway. So I'm just trying to avoid there being gaps in the pot, because there's a gap there that I can see. So I do want to try and fill that in as much as I can, without breaking the stems, which can be a bit tricky. Doesn't want to, there it goes. Okay, so I like to have soil more or less as near to the top of the pot as possible. So I think plants look a lot neater that way. If you add soil only halfway up the pot, then it looks a bit pathetic in my mind. Okay, so I think that is more or less all filled in. So there's a bit of a lip at the top, just to allow the water to go in the pot without it kind of going over all the sides. So there's a few leaves in here that I've got soil on, so I'm just trying to get those loose. I think we're okay. Okay, I'll put that there. Now, I have got a pot I'm going to upgrade it on. This nice, beautiful pot here. Don't want to destroy my table. So this is just a simple pot that I got from TK Maxx. It's a great place to get relatively cheap ceramic pots. Have I still got the price tag? That was £10. It's about $12, $13 if you're across the pond. And I think that makes that plant look very nice. It's looking much fuller now, isn't it? Very nice. So after every repotting, you do want to give it a drink. Every repotting, don't skimp on the water. Even if the plant was suffering with root rot before and you repotted it, you still want to give it a drink. Just to settle in the soil around the roots and get rid of any air gaps. Watering in, it's called. So I'm just going around and wetting all the soil where I can. Just clean off some of these leaves as well. Okay, because that is living in a ceramic pot, I'm going to come through maybe half an hour later, just pick up the pot and discard the excess that's worked its way to the bottom of this pot. And that is all there is to it. Dead simple, eh? A simple way to make a fuller plant with plants that you already got. So you can experiment with different types of plants, different varieties, different colours like I have with here. For your next viewing pleasure, check out this video up here and I'll see you there.